What really happens to your brain when you drink just one can of Coke? Sure, it's fizzy, sweet, and instantly satisfying. But what's going on inside your brain right after that first sip? In the next few minutes, we'll break down exactly how a single can of Coke affects your mood, focus, energy, and even your ability to make decisions. This isn't about fear. This is about real science. Welcome to our channel NutriQ Plus, where we decode what's really happening inside your body, one bite, one sip at a time. What's really in a can of Coke? Let's start simple. One 12-ounce can of Coke has around 39 grams of sugar, that's almost 10 teaspoons, and 34 milligrams of caffeine. That's more sugar than a chocolate donut. And about the same caffeine as a small cup of tea. The moment you take that first sip, your taste buds light up, sending signals straight to your brain's reward center. Within 10 to 15 minutes, the sugar and caffeine are in your bloodstream and in your brain. A Yale study found that sugar doesn't just give you a buzz, it overstimulates the same brain pathways triggered by addictive substances. Yes, your brain treats sugar kind of like a drug. Dopamine, the instant high, and the hidden trap. Here's where things get interesting. Around 15 minutes in, you get a dopamine surge, your brain's feel-good chemical. You feel rewarded, a little energized, even a bit happier. That's not your imagination. That's brain chemistry. But here's the twist. The higher the spike, the faster the crash. A 2015 study showed that repeated sugar spikes dull your dopamine receptors over time, meaning you'll need more sugar just to get the same feeling. That quick lift you get from Coke. It's real but short-lived. And the more often it happens, the more your brain craves another hit. Sound familiar? This isn't about willpower, it's about how your brain is wired for reward. Caffeine, the silent hijacker. Now let's talk about caffeine. One can of Coke gives you 34 milligrams, not a ton, but enough to block adenosine, the chemical that tells your brain it's time to rest. So, you feel alert. But here's the catch. That energy, it was borrowed, not made. A 2017 review found that caffeine doesn't give you energy, it just blocks the tired signals. It's like taping over your gas gauge. You're still running on empty, you just don't realize it yet. And when sugar and caffeine hit together, your brain gets a double reward. That's why Coke feels so good, so fast. But it also means the crash is sharper, and it hits about 1 to 2 hours later. Let's break down the 1 up to 2 hours crash. Here's what happens next. About an hour after drinking a Coke, your blood sugar drops, fast. That sudden dip is called reactive hypoglycemia. And it can leave you feeling irritable, foggy, craving more sugar, unfocused, even a little anxious. A 2019 study found that high-sugar drinks like Coke trigger more intense mood swings and mental fatigue than low-sugar options. So, if you've ever felt cranky or cloudy after your lunch Coke, you're not imagining it. That's your brain reacting to the crash. Even worse, now your brain wants another quick fix to feel good again. What if this becomes a daily habit? Let's say it's not just one Coke. Maybe it's every day, or twice a day. What then? Long-term soda drinking has been linked to poorer memory, reduced learning ability, even structural changes in the brain. A 2017 study in Alzheimer's and dementia found that people who regularly drank sugary beverages had smaller brain volumes and worse memory scores. No, one soda won't shrink your brain overnight. But over time, the pattern adds up. The more often your brain is flooded with sugar and caffeine, the harder it becomes to regulate mood, stay focused, and form strong memories. And that's not just theory. It's showing up in real brain scans. Smarter, brain-friendly swaps. So, what if you still love that sweet, fizzy hit? You've got options. Try these swaps. Infused water with mint, lemon, or berries. Sparkling water with a splash of Real juice. Iced green tea, for gentle caffeine and brain-friendly antioxidants. Unsweetened kombucha, if you want fizz with a gut health bonus. And here's a simple trick. If you do drink soda, pair it with protein or fiber, like some nuts or a boiled egg. That slows down the sugar spikes and keeps your blood sugar more stable. It's not about being perfect. It's about being aware. One can't ruin your brain, but knowing what it's doing gives you the power to take control. Quick wrap up, what you really just drank. So, what really happens when you drink 1 can of Coke? You get a burst of sugar and caffeine that spikes your dopamine, wakes you up, temporarily, feels great for about an hour, then drops your energy, mood, and focus like a rock. Science is clear. Even 1 soda changes how your brain feels, thinks, and functions, even if it's just for a short time. If this gave you something to think about, hit that like button, it helps more people discover the channel. And subscribe to our channel for more breakdowns where we make nutrition and brain science simple. Let me ask you, do you still drink Coke? Have you switched to something else, or are you thinking about cutting back? Drop your answer in the comments section. We read everything, and we reply to a lot. Let's keep learning together.